Hey girly pops, welcome back. Um, well, today's episode truly is an important episode because we have officially been changed for good because Wicked for Good finally came out. So we got to see the movie. Allie, t talk me through your experience. What was it like going to the theater, seeing the film, all the stuff?
Okay. Well, first I'd like to add, I think you reposted it and I laughed really hard. And it was like, was anybody else's intermission like really, really long?
Yeah, was it? Oh
And
no,
yeah.
intermission a year long from
Yeah,
actor
mine
to
was like
actor.
365 days.
Yeah,
Yeah. And so that
yeah.
really made me laugh. And then um another we were just talking about how like we didn't really realize Stranger Things is actually coming out like this week when we're recording this.
Oh yeah.
And I think the same thing happened for me with Wicked. Because like we waited so long at this point, in my head I was like, yeah, we're gonna see it eventually. And so
One
then
day.
when I saw like, yeah, it was the week it was coming out, I was like, wait, that's like in 2 days. But
Yeah.
it was so fun. We went to a Cinemark and they had the pink and green popcorn. So I got that. It was so cute. I can't tell if it like had a flavor. I think it was like I don't know. It might have been a little sweet, like sweet salt or something, but it was so good. Um and yeah, it was a great time. We went the night like it's advanced screening
Hmm.
and I was like not a dry eye in the house. I was so sad like towards the end. I was like, "Oh my God." And then
Yeah.
yeah, that
How
was
many
my
times did
initial
you
reaction.
cry?
Okay, it's really hard to get me to cry in a movie. Okay, like
Okay.
it's really difficult. And this one did get me, and it was that freaking door scene. God,
Which
I
I
was okay
learned
during.
today
Yeah,
that was improvised.
no way.
Drake
That's
and John Chu,
crazy.
I guess, like, and that's a fact check, but apparently John Chu said in an interview that the door scene was improvised. Like he just didn't say cut. He kind of like noticed that they were really into the moment. I guess it was supposed to end when Alphaba closes the door because that's how it ends in the musical. Like,
Yeah,
the door and the mouths,
yeah,
the whole
yeah.
spoiler warning, by the way, for any listeners.
Oh yeah, guys, if you
I
haven't
think
watched Wicked for
pretty
Good,
obvious at
this
this
whole
point.
episode is gonna be
Yeah,
spoiler. Yeah,
yeah. I
you've
think
been
I really
warned.
want people to listen to this. They know, but
Yeah,
like, why give
exactly.
it? But we yeah, so like apparently I guess the scene was supposed to end on the door, but then they were just like so into it and like out like Ariana and Cynthia, they were just like in that moment, like just so deeply that like and that was I think my favorite scene from the movie.
Oh, so good. It was
So
powerful. Like for good, like got me, obviously. Like I was like sitting
yeah.
there and I was like, oh, for good. But then that door scene, I think what got me was when Cynthia or when Elphaba goes, like, everything's gonna be fine. And then she shuts the door. And because I knew what was coming, I was like, no, everything's not gonna be fine. And then they did the door thing.
And that's like her only chance that she ever gets to tell like Glinda that she's okay because like Glinda has to go on without her and it's just like
Okay, can we talk about like why does Glinda not get to know that Elphaba's okay?
I don't
Because I would love to let
I would
Glenn.
love to let Glinda know. But I do think I just think it makes it too hard on Glinda to
Yeah,
show that they're alive. Like it puts like
yeah,
Glinda just in like this spot of like there's always gonna be like the what if and like she's always
yeah.
wanting to get Alphabet back and like she's not instead of focusing on leading and trying to make it different, she would be focusing
Oh,
how can I get
yeah,
my friend back? Which like totally fair. Like that's how
yeah.
she'd be thinking. But I think this is Alphaba's like last chance to help Oz in the way she always wanted.
Okay, that
And
makes
it's like
sense.
I'm giving you a leader that I know is gonna lead really good. But if I let her know that I am like okay, I know that like she's gonna be thinking about me and trying to get me back
Yeah.
so that I can
Okay,
be
that
like the
makes good
perfect
sense.
Oz. So it's like I think it's Elphaba's like final sacrifice to Oz, which is she was
Yeah,
kind of sacrifice herself for Oz. Like I mean, she
yeah,
was became the Wicked Witch of the West for Oz's like animals. I think this
yeah,
is her last shot of being like, this is my sacrifice. Is like I give my friendship up so that you
yeah.
have the best leader. but it's so
No,
sad.
that makes sense. No, it's so sad because I was like, guys, what if they told
What
Glinda
if they
they're
were just
okay at
leaving
least?
together and they were
Yeah.
friends? But
What if what if Glinda just got a little text that said, "Hey, we lived, like we're leaving." But I also like when I was watching it, I was like, okay, it makes sense too if it is like Elphaba's like, last thing to try to do to help Oz because unfortunately the wizard was right that sometimes the best way to bring people together is to give them a good enemy, is what he says.
yeah,
And if Glinda looks like she was a part of getting rid of the wizard who was kind of corrupt and that, oh, very corrupt, but Oz isn't aware of that. And then also the Wicked Witch of the West, who unfortunately had all this propaganda around her that made her look like she was evil.
yeah,
That cements Glinda as this hero and influential figure that could help Oz for the better. But
true.
it's sad because Glinda has to live her whole life knowing that that's not the true way her friend was. Yeah.
No. And it just makes no one mourns the wicked like even like sadder. Like,
Yeah.
it's so hard and it's
My
so tough.
no, yeah, I agree. My favorite or not my favorite, well, like it was gut-wrenching when I realized it and I had never put it together, but someone once I had read it like a year ago. Someone said that when Glinda's singing her big part in No One Mourns the Wicked in the first one, where she goes, "The wicked lives are lonely, goodness knows the wicked guy alone." She's singing about herself.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wait, I never put that together.
I know. Or like it's not like no one mourns the wicked, it's like
Yeah.
no comma one mourns the wicked.
One does mourn the wicked. Yeah, I've seen that too. Yeah. Oh my
Oh,
God. Also, we know like The Wizard and I is one of my favorite songs.
yes.
When they brought that back with Jeff Goldblum, I was like, no, this is Elfie's song. But I was also like, this is so
Yeah, yeah.
good. This is so good. Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
Also, sorry, you started choking
Getting choked up.
on the air. Like literally, I'm like, um, I was so curious that like they added Ariana to Wonderful. I didn't expect them to bring like, because in the musical it's just the Wizard song, but
Yeah.
in the movie they added Ariana to Wonderful, and I thought that added like a whole other layer to that song, which was really interesting.
Yeah. And it really made you see how much Glinda struggled because she wanted so badly to believe that their essentially, their government wasn't against everyone. And she wanted
Yeah.
so badly to believe that. And you could kind of see like that delusion there. And she was like, well, he's willing to get my best friend back. Like it's
Yeah.
okay. Like, yeah. And
That's also, I think, why like it goes back into what we were just talking about, how like
mm,
Alphabet had to leave for
yeah.
Glinda to be able to lead. And it's like
Yeah.
even in that moment she's like, but like Alphabet, like if you just come, like all your issues will be solved. Like we can like do this together and like
Yeah.
but then it's like, but it's not gonna be like what they need, which is like so
Yeah.
hard.
I know. Oh my God. Okay. Should
Oh,
we just talk like there's so much to talk about. Like, okay.
yeah.
I feel like my brain's like
I know, I'm like,
reboot. Yeah. Um, Speaking of Glinda, okay, like Act Two, you even said like in the play production, Act Two is like only 45 minutes. Like it's
yeah.
fast. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And before Wicked for Good officially came out, there were like the press screenings and stuff. And I was reading some press like reviews from like big time publications, and they were like, this was more Glinda's story than Elphaba's. And in my head, that kind of threw me off because I was like, I don't know. This almost seems like this is going to be more Elphaba because it's about
Yeah.
but then once I saw it, I was like, no, wait, this really was more of Alpha or Glenda's story.
Yeah.
And I loved that they added, first of all, it was longer than 45 minutes, the movie, but they
Yeah.
added so much to Glenda's character that I
So
don't think part two in the stage production gives you. Like you have that scene with Madame Morrible and Glinda where she starts questioning if Madame Morrible hurt Nessa and like all that stuff.
yeah.
And that's about the extent, and then like thank goodness is also that, but like I feel like it doesn't get
Yeah.
explored that much more. And I loved how much they explored it. And I do now agree that I think For Good was Glinda's story and
I agree.
Wicked Part One was Alphaba's.
Exactly. And I think
Yeah.
like it makes sense because like we do like kind of leave with like Alphaba leaving and Glinda being the one to stay. So it's like you kind of do need to like get more Glinda, and I really like how like they like brought that into this because I'm also like it's a tough story to like have to like adapt. Like, and
Yeah.
I know there's like been a lot of like rough reviews. Like people have not been like I think receiving it as well as I expected, but also
I
like
can't trust those people.
you can't trust them. You just can't. I feel like also like you really do have to kind of be like go into this like knowing kind of like what the original source is.
Yeah.
I think that's like the hard part is like this is like an adaptation of an adaptation, and it's just
Yes.
like you already have to just of an adaptation going all the way back to
Yeah.
Wizard of Oz, and then that's a book adaptation. So it's like it's
No,
like
it's
just
adaptation of an
so
adaptation of
many
an adaptation.
adaptations on top of one
Yeah.
another. You have to be just like you have to have fallen in love, I think, with Wizard of Oz, like the movie and book,
Yeah.
and like just understand like kind of like all this like why this is so important. And I do
Mhm.
think that is like a fault of For Good, unfortunately, just like mass audiences. I
Yeah.
think this relies a lot on like you need to understand like the lore. Like you do need to kind of understand like that, have that like kind of foundation. Because for me, I loved it. Like
Oh,
every time I was watching it,
I
I was
was
like,
living for it. Yeah.
like I can understand like looking back on it now, like I'm like I can see how like someone who maybe hadn't already been in love with these characters in this story would struggle with like why
Yeah.
it's so emotional because we just get right into it. John, she does not
Yeah.
wait. He gets
It really was
right
like
to it.
picks up right where it left off.
Exactly. And so it
Yeah.
kind of, I think it does, the script plays a lot on assumption that like you are already a fan of these characters and
Good
you already
point.
know
Yeah.
that Fiyero is in love with Alphaba and you already know these certain things. Like there's certain things you kind of already have to know, which I think most people do, but there's a lot of like mass audiences who have never seen like the Broadway show. And I think
Yeah.
that caused a bit of struggle with the enjoyment of the film because you are kind of playing catch up, I think, like in a certain like point.
Yeah. I can see that. I think, yeah, because we've seen the stage production. Yeah, maybe like it was just an added layer of fun getting to have all the new stuff added in, like new
Yeah.
songs, more of Glinda's story, and all that stuff. And then I was like so looking forward to seeing the transformation of, the characters that become Tin Man
Yeah.
or Scarecrow and all that. And then yeah, so I really enjoyed it. Like I don't, the biggest one where people were like critiquing it and saying it was so rushed, I was like, the stage production's 45 minutes
I
long.
know. And like, that's like what I'm like that's the part that confuses me the most. Again, I think
Yeah,
it's because I have such like an inherent bias and love for the
yeah,
story already that it's
yeah,
like it's hard to be like, wait, no, how was it run? Like, but I'm like
yeah,
to remember that like if I didn't maybe know like all these things, like the
yeah.
whole
It goes so
Fiero
quick.
plot line, we really do just
No,
get
you
right
really,
into
I think
that. And
that's a
it's
good, I
like,
think that's a good one to go with because like
yeah.
he disappears and they never show Fiero as the Scarecrow when you see Dorothy and them on the
Oh,
adventure, where you see Bach as the Tin Man. So I think
yeah.
that probably is confusing. But
Yeah.
then, yeah, at the very end, you see Fiero as the Scarecrow and then he's
Yes.
gone.
I do
Yeah.
really love though how
Yeah.
they didn't show like Dorothy's journey because like
Yeah.
I think a lot of people assume that they would because like you that does tie into the Wizard of Oz. But
Mm.
it's like, but we have the Wizard of Oz. Like that
Yeah.
movie is already made and that's like I like how John Chu like was like, we don't have to go back and show that.
Yeah.
Like
And it's
Alpha
not
being
her story.
mean to Fiero and like teasing them all and like stuff like that. It's like because we already have that story. That story is already in the world. You can go and watch it. Like that is fully like already filmed and made and done.
Yeah.
There's all the behind the scenes that you didn't get before. But then again, that's like hard for some people because it's like again, this is adaptation of an adaptation out of
Yeah,
adaptation
but adaptation of an
adaptation.
adaptation.
That is like you have to remember like because I even saw a clip on TikTok today that was like watching back The Wizard of Oz is like so different now,
Oh
knowing
my God, knowing
that
there's a like love
Elphaba when she's like
triangle.
teasing Scarecrow is like really
No,
like
she catches them on fire.
yes. And it's like she's like want to play ball, Scarecrow. And it's like but it's like knowing like what was actually happening now. But like
Yeah.
obviously they don't show that in the film because that already happened. Like we already know about all that. So it's
I
interesting.
saw I saw a great point where it was like you could think of I mean, this is all make believe adaptations, 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 but like you could, if Wicked's the one you want to believe is the story, you can see it
Yeah.
as Wicked is the truth and the Wizard of Oz is the propaganda. Like
Yeah,
that's what Dorothy saw, that she saw this wicked witch. This is how
yeah,
Madame Morrible made the wicked witch out to be. And then this is the real story, is what Wicked is. And
yeah.
I think that's a great way of looking at
I really
it.
like that point. I really like that.
Yeah. Yeah. But I I was so on the fence on if they were gonna show Dorothy or not show Dorothy's face, because the
Yeah,
stage production does a great way of incorporating Dorothy without ever seeing her. And like, yeah, when Elphaba melts, like Dorothy's
yeah.
behind a screen, and she like in Elphaba melts behind a screen, so it's just shadows. And I they still did that, and it was gut wrench. I don't think I'd ever really thought about how Glinda was there. I guess I
Yeah.
can't remember. Yeah, and so seeing it from Glinda's perspective is so much more gut-wrenching than it is
Oh,
on the stage, because you're watching it from your own perspective. But this
yeah.
was like, it was filmed like through the crack in the door, so it was like you were Glinda watching it, and oh my God, it was
That got me. That got me
gut-wrenching.
really hard.
No, it was so, so sad. Oh my God. Okay, can we talk about how scary Bach was?
Yes, I was just gonna ask about that. Oh my God.
It was so
Ethan
scary.
Slater really surprised me in
He
this.
delivered.
He
He
really like
delivered.
even like when we're like thinking about like the song like Wicked Witch of the East or like when he
Hmm.
was like even like in the train station like I just thought he really
Yeah.
owned this role like in more ways than
No,
like, I
he did
expect him
good.
to. Because
Yeah.
I mean Bach's story is very emotional and like this like act of the play and like I just think like he really like owns like that and I don't know I was really surprised with Ethan
I
Slater.
think he was a surprise. Like okay, my favorite thing was how Ethan Slater did not care about spoilers. Like the first day the Wicked trailer dropped, he dropped a photo of him as the Tin Man. And I remember I was texting like Kelsey, because Kelsey hasn't seen the play. So I was like, under no circumstances do you look at Ethan Slater's Instagram. Like, do not.
Yeah.
And so first I remember thinking that photo was so cool. I was like, wow, they really like, of all the, I mean, obviously the Cowardly Lion CGI, but like of the, transformations, I think the Tin Man's was the most awesome. Like he just
I
looks
agree.
the best I can like describe it as is he looks sick. Like,
Yeah,
to go and like he looks rad. Like he looks just like
literally.
it it's good. And so,
It was like
but
scary.
he was scary. I don't think I ever put
Um,
together on the stage production he's supposed to be scary. I just
yeah,
thought he was mad. But no, like with the axe, like the shining moment of him getting through
yeah,
the door, like, oh my God. And I
yeah.
forgot that, is it in the play Nessa casts the spell and then Alpha, yeah, I know Elphaba has to save him,
I
and
think
that's the only way
so.
she
I
could.
believe
I
because it's
couldn't.
the song. It's during song Wicked Witch of the East, which is
Yes.
on the original like cast recording, but like
Yes.
it's in the Broadway show.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, yeah. He was scary, especially I know a lot of people were like hoping he'd deliver in his part of March of the Witch Hunters when he sings, and he did.
Yeah,
He did. I think it's better than the stage production's original version.
I
Like it
agree.
was good.
Okay, a lot of people like really did not like Marissa Bodet's singing on Wicked Witch of the East.
Really?
That's
Honestly,
what
I
I've been
can't,
seeing. People have been like, I've been waiting 22 years for this song and I didn't. But I listened to it this morning. I was like, no, I really love like her
I'm gonna
like
have to go and do a
version
re-listen.
of they don't like that she's like talk singing in it. And I don't really remember it from like the Broadway musical, truthfully.
I
So
don't either.
I would
Yeah.
have to like it's just not a song that like stuck out to me. Like I went
Yeah.
back to, but like I mean I liked how Marissa Bode like put it together, but
I
yeah, we can
honestly I want to go watch Wicked again this week.
yeah.
Because obviously I'm gonna have to see it multiple times at theaters, but like
Yeah.
I don't remember. I think I was so excited because I knew Bach was about to turn into the Tin Man. I might have
Yeah.
not been fully in
Yeah.
it while she was singing,
And
because
that's
I was
fair.
like, oh my God, it's happening. It's happening. I'm so excited to see, because he's like the first, like, other than you meet the Cowardly Lion and Wicked One, and if you know what's gonna happen, you realize that's him. But like he was like the first big reveal that
Yeah.
the Wizard of Oz characters are coming into this, I think, at least in my
Yeah.
opinion. So I think the whole time I was just like, oh my God, it's happening. So I need to go and listen again. But
No,
yeah.
I'm like excited. I'm watching it again on Thursday and I'm like excited to like see how like a week and a half later like everything like processes. So
Yeah.
it'll be good.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I gotta go and do a rewatch because it's just it was like I feel like the first time,
So,
yeah, I was like absorbing it all and I was like, oh my God, oh my God. And now I can like just go and like watch, you
yeah.
know? Yeah.
Also,
But oh, you go. Oh, I don't
I was
have
gonna
anything.
say we need to talk Fiero.
Fiera. No good deed delivered. Did with the rock riffs from the guitar, did you hear those?
I
I
thought of
was
that
like
whole song.
ascending. Yeah.
Okay, it's
That would
embarrassing to
save me from
admit
Vecna.
that if I'm getting abducted by Vecna, put no good deed
No
on,
good
like
deed
literally
by
get those
Cynthia
headphones on,
Erivo.
girl. Like I'd be fine. I'd be
I'll be
fine.
fine. I'll be fine. I'll kill
Um,
Vecna actually.
no good deed actually was like the most bone chilling moment ever. Like
It
I
was
just felt
so
so
good.
gutted for Alphaba. Um, and Cynthia just like she's just like made to be Alphaba. Like this whole cast, the whole time I
So,
was watching it, I was like every single person is
so
just so
good.
perfect, like in their role. I did have a bit of an issue with Madame Morble, honestly, in this one. Michelle Yeoh, I think, did struggle a bit in this role, but
I
that's
get
fine.
she's got like the fierceness and the
Yeah,
harshness, but I think in my head, like I always imagined Madame Morrible was like Meryl Streep. Or
yeah,
on Broadway at one point it was Cheryl Lee Ralph
yes, she
from
is
Abbott Elementary.
amazing.
That would
I
have been
like
good.
anyone like that. I just think maybe like musically, Michelle Yeoh is not the strongest, which is like totally fine. I
Yeah.
just like I wish we could have had more like power from like Madam. Like I think Michelle Yeoh is scary. Like in the first movie, I think that when Michelle Yeoh in Defying Gravity is like get that wicked witch, it like hits so hard. But then
Yeah.
seeing her do that for 2 hours, I was kind of like I don't know if she had like the endurance of the role. You know what I mean? Like I
Yeah.
okay, after like the third time of her being like, get that wicked witch, I'm like, okay, girl, like, can we
Yeah,
like
she was just like
move
propaganda
on?
spewing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, Michelle, like, girl, like, it
Michelle.
was hard for me, like,
Yeah.
it was hard for me to like separate like Michelle Yeoh from Madame Marble,
Yeah,
but
I get
otherwise,
that.
every other character, I was like, even like Jeff Goldblum as a wizard, it was a little hard in the
Mm.
first movie, I think, for me to separate Jeff, but in this movie, I saw him as a wizard like so clearly,
Yeah, and a
like,
lot of times it's hard to, like you were saying, like separate an actor, a well-known
yeah,
star like that from their character. And like Ariana Grande, like in everything I
oh,
see her in, a lot of times I'm like, oh, it's Ariana Grande, you know?
yeah.
This completely forgot it was Ariana Grande.
Like
Like it
that's
was
Glinda,
Linda.
baby, that's
Yeah,
Glinda.
that
I
is
know.
Linda the Good. Yeah.
But I thought Jonathan did a really great job as Fiero. I
Oh my
lost
God.
your mind. Our theater went absolutely nuts for that.
Oh
Um,
my God.
I
It
personally
was,
started sobbing, just because like even the like crazy parts are like crying, I know.
no,
But
it
like
was so good.
it was just like I was sitting with all my friends who like had never seen the Broadway show, so I
Oh,
know that they don't know that this is the last moment that they share before he's Scarecrow. And she
yeah.
thinks that he dies. Like she thinks that he's like gone or getting hurt. Like
Yeah.
last moment of like safety together where like they get to just be a couple like as they once were. And it's like that part is like that just like broke me because then I'm like I know the next time that we hear about the two of them, it's gonna be a no good deed, which is so hard.
Yeah.
And then no
Yeah.
good deed made me sob. So it was just like a
It
mess. I
was,
was like,
oh my
oh my
God.
God.
And when
Yeah.
Jonathan Bailey and his little puppy dog charming eyes, like I can't.
Yeah.
Like when he's like, oh my God, I just can't. Like he makes me giggle.
It's
I s-
true. It's true. What did you think about Jonathan Bailey's transformation into the Scarecrow?
Okay, I thought it was all animation, and then I was shocked when I saw it wasn't. It's practical. Um,
It's probably okay.
yeah,
Just say like, oh, okay, that makes a lot of sense.
yeah, it's not
I thought it was
animation.
CGI, like for
The
sure. And
only
I was
thing
like,
I think the only thing, because I saw the woman who plays Dorothy posted photos of Jonathan Bailey and Ethan Slater and all them standing together in costumes.
yeah,
And the only thing I noticed that clearly was going to be animated later on was Bach's legs. Like
yeah,
Bach was in like silver, but then there was like the blue green
totally.
screen kind of stuff around his legs to make it look like the machinery. And
Mhm.
then the rest of Jonathan Bailey, it was a mask. Like, and
Really?
yeah, I don't know about the hair. Let me find it.
Yeah.
I not sure about the hair. Okay, I actually loved. Oh wait, Ariana Grande just posted. Wait. Oh, 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 she's thanking everyone for, oh, is it gonna show? Making Wicked the number one film.
Oh,
That dress was beautiful, by the way.
okay, it is
This,
a mask, and the hair is like practical too.
oh yeah, I was gonna say the hair. I
Yeah.
loved when he, at the end, the little detail of some of them. I mean, it's all straw, but some of them still have like the little like things sprouting out of it. Like I
Yeah,
thought that was like a fun little detail.
I agree. But yeah,
Yeah.
this does make me like it more because I'll admit I thought it was CGI and I was not vibing with it.
Right? I was surprised because I thought it was CGI too. And then when I saw it, I was like, wait, that's pretty cool that it's
That
not.
make
Yeah.
because we didn't.
No,
Oh
that's
no,
the
it's
video.
okay. Yeah. Oh, I
No,
thought that
the
was
Twitter
mine.
video of like his like practical makeup. Because I was like, wait. But no, yeah, definitely like okay, that does make me like it more because like I was just like when he had like his realistic teeth and like stuff, I was just like
Yeah. Wait, I didn't even notice that.
like really throwing me off. I was like, I'm like really thrown right now. Like
Have
it
you
was
seen
such a
the
touching
thing?
moment, but like that was like kind of taking me out of it for a moment. I was like, wait.
Have you seen the thing where people were like, why does he look like Ryan Reynolds?
Yes. Yeah.
I kind of see it. I'm dying for
So
Ryan Reynolds to reply.
no, yeah, like be like I was actually in Wicked.
I played Scarecrow.
Yeah.
That'd be so funny. But
So
I think that was a hard thing to deliver on to make Fiero look like the Scarecrow and
yeah,
still look like Jonathan Bailey. And I think they did pretty good.
yeah. No, I
Like
think they did them
obviously
really well.
it's a staggering difference and it's like a culture shock or a shock to see it because you're used to looking at like the beautiful Prince Charming Jonathan Bailey and then he turned into the Scarecrow and you're like,
Yeah,
whoa, wait. But I think given that it was all practically made, that's pretty impressive.
right.
Yeah, and then Ethan Slater, like I
Oh my
like
God.
makeup needs makeup and costumes at the Oscars
Yeah,
alone for how much Ethan, how scary he looked and just how
yeah.
good it looked.
No,
I
his
think,
like truly like was like
yeah,
the best of the best. Like he like oh my God, I like can't get over it. And then when I saw like the
yeah,
video of them like the time lapse video of them doing it,
yeah.
I was just blown away. I was like, wow, this is like,
Oh, I need to go watch that.
but like yes,
Oh, yeah. Okay, also when he's doing his performance and Glinda's up in the tower, I wonder if Glinda put together who that was.
I know, I know,
Yeah, because she's looking at him so angrily, but that
I
could be
know.
just because, he's talking about killing her best friend. But
Yeah.
like, yeah,
Oh no.
that'd be crazy if she put it
Right.
together. Yeah. Also, Nessa was pissing me off.
Girl, F a bitch named F a bitch named Nessa. Like, what the heck? What was that? Like, that was crazy. When the house fell on her, I was like,
And I'm like, you know what?
period. Like,
I
with her,
did
with
like
Katie.
I did like that, it's her shoes. And I think I read that they're silver because in the
Yeah.
original book, they're silver.
Uh-huh.
And they made them red in The Wizard of Oz because it was the first like color film, like the
Yeah.
Technicolor. So they wanted them to pop more,
Yeah.
but they've gone back to silver, which I think is like unless you're like a super fan like us, maybe you don't know that.
Yeah.
And so I liked the little switcher. Like my mom, like totally, we saw it together. She totally forgot that Nessa was the Wicked Witch of the East because she
Uh,
wasn't in the slippers,
mhm.
like the ruby red. And then I was like, well, no, they actually switched it. She's in silver shoes, but then the striped socks were red and white stripes, which I
Yeah.
thought was a really clever switcheroo on it.
I agree.
And then when they made Nessa float, which I also thought was a really cool way to, be like, oh, she was walking, because
Yeah.
when she was levitating, I liked that the magic around the shoes made them red. I thought that was a fun touch.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it
But
was like, oh my gosh. Oh my God. Also, Alphabet was scary. Like to Dorothy, like I think
oh
like
my God,
Cynthia
yes.
like delivered the part of like just give me my shoes back like so perfectly because it was
Yeah.
like it was scary, but it was also like you're looking at Cynthia's face and you can just see how scared one she is, but
Yeah.
two like she's just like so earnest. Like you never like falter on like what Alphabet feels because her face is just like Cynthia just knows how to give like such an earnest performance. Like I felt
Yeah.
like there was never a point where I was like trying to guess on like what Alpha was feeling in the moment because it's just like it's all over her face. And that like line delivery alone, I was just like, wow, this is like insane
Yeah. And
acting.
like at first, I think people are like, why is she so bent out of shape about these shoes? And I was like, no, she's mad. Like she wants the shoes that belong to her dead sister
Yeah.
back.
I'm like,
She's
it's
mad
the
at what's
last
going
memory of
on
her
in her world.
sister.
Yes. Like,
Like,
yeah. And so, you know what? Yeah, she's gonna take a little girl and steal her shoes. Okay? Happens to
yeah.
the best of
Hey,
us.
hey,
Hey, don't say you wouldn't do it too. No, I'm joking.
hey. It was worth it. Yep,
Have a house land on your sister, and then that this girl takes the shoes, and then we'll talk.
I agree.
But oh my God, not gonna lie, I was the only person in the theater, and I bet people thought I was crazy. I was laughing so hard at the shot of the flying monkey picking up Dorothy. And
Yeah. Really
that was so funny. Like I could
so
not.
good.
Yeah. Yeah, but no, Elphaba was scary. She leaned into the wickedness right then.
Yep.
Let's see. What do you think of the new songs?
I love them. The Girl in the Bubble, I
The
thought was
girl
so
in the book.
good. No Place
Yeah,
Like Home, I really liked. Like, I
it was
really
really
put
cute.
home. And I also love that, like, brings in the iconic, like, theme and, like, quote from the first
Yeah.
movie. So I really like that. But,
That
yeah.
Oh, sorry. That's a question I actually had. I started thinking about
Yeah.
it. Like, Glinda hadn't gotten her magic yet. I'm really curious how, because doesn't Glinda the Good send Dorothy home in the first one? Or the shoes send her
The
home.
shoes do.
Okay, because I was about to be like, I wonder how Glinda did that.
Yeah.
Like, but then I'm just thinking about it way too hard. But yeah, um, I loved the addition also that the Grimmery opens for Glinda.
I know. I really like that. And that, like, Elphaba leaves her the Grimoire and she's like, look, like, this is for you. I'm like, yo.
Did you see like right before we got on this call, they released the final version of For Good when Glinda's on the balcony and when Elphaba and Fiera are leaving, which is like they just released it. Like you can get it on Apple Music and Spotify.
Really
Yeah.
so
I
exciting.
ran to download it. I was like,
Stop.
yeah.
I'm gonna like listen to that later.
Yeah. And I'm like
Wait,
crying.
I love that.
Oh gosh. Okay, what else? Oh yeah, I loved Girl in the Bubble. No Place Like Home was good, and I think I liked the whole messaging behind it. It's like you love this place so much, but it's not the same place that
Uh,
you once knew. So there's
yeah,
like that internal struggle.
yeah.
Yeah. Also, did you notice the dad of Glinda is the same dad from the Buccaneers when they
Wait,
show her
yes, I
dad?
just putting
Yeah,
that
it
together.
was
Wait,
driving
that's
me crazy, and then I
fun.
finally figured it out.
Well, and was Glinda's mom like Joanna from the Hunger Games?
Hold up, was it?
I meant to look that up after the movie, and I actually just think about that right now. I'm gonna look it up right now. Glinda's mom, because she looked like her, and I was like, wait, is that?
Oh, wait.
Watch it not be. I'm gonna be like,
Uh,
Fearn. Oh no, her name is Alice Fearn. Okay, no, it's not
oh,
her. She totally has Joanna's eyes though, and like, she doesn't have like
oh,
dark brown hair in it. So I was like,
for a
wait, is that her?
second.
But
Yeah, I
no,
can
so
see it.
she actually is known for being Alphaba in London's West End. So that was a
Oh,
little like nod um to it.
I saw like I don't know what songs it is, but I think throughout maybe or in one of the songs, the chorus like ensemble singers are a lot of past Elphabas and Glindas or Bachs and Fieros to make up like the
Yeah.
voices, which I think is really fun. The Cowardly Lion was making me mad in No Place Like Home.
Right?
I was
I
like,
was
bro.
definitely off.
I was like, bro. Let's not forget she saved you.
I agree.
Like, also, every single, well, like, minus Firo, like, Bach was like, she made me this way. She made you that way because you were gonna die.
I know.
Like,
I'm
if
like,
she
'cause
hadn't.
your girl was trying to, but he didn't know that because
Yeah. Yeah. Nessa.
Nessa was like,
Like,
she did this
Nessa,
to you. She
I
made you a
get,
big fan.
yeah, but like, Also, Nessa, don't shut down an entire part of Oz's way of leaving their town just to trap your boyfriend.
Right.
Like, that was crazy. It was a crazy addition.
I know.
But yeah, I mean, I get he's the cowardly lion, but like, does he not remember that she saved him? Like, I was like, are you kidding me? Like,
I know. I was just like, no way y'all are doing all this. Like,
yeah, I loved Coleman Domingo as the lion, though. I think that was really a fun.
yeah.
And if you watch the original, his voice is so similar to the cowardly lion in The Wizard of Oz. So I thought that was really fun.
Wait, I love that. No, I didn't even like I really couldn't t like even tell that was like Coleman Domingo's voice, frankly.
Right?
It's like I was like, hey, like that's a good voice. But I was just like,
Yeah.
whoa, I did not realize, you know?
I loved him at the premiere in the big fur coat. I was like,
Yes.
oh, I see what you're
When
doing
he
there.
like came in that, I
Yeah.
was stuck. I was like, oh my gosh.
I know. Did you see him?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's so cool. That's so cool.
Yes. So
Oh
I
my
got to see him,
gosh.
which was fun. But like, yeah, I was like, I was shook. I was like, oh my God,
Yeah.
ain't no way. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay. Should we? I'm trying to think. I think like what if you okay, if you remember watching the stage production, which reveal were you most shook by? Fiero was the Scarecrow, Bach was the Tin Man, Nessa was the Wicked Witch in the shoes and the socks. Like, what do you remember being like, oh my God?
I def think that I was most shocked about just like Fiero as the Scarecrow is just so
Hmm.
smart. Like you just like never like really like think about it that way. So I
Yeah.
definitely think that one was like my most like shocked one. But yeah, what about you?
I think when I first saw it in my head, for some reason I was thinking Fiero was going to turn into the cowardly lion somehow because
Yeah.
Fiero was like super brave and lions are supposed to be, represent brave. And
Yeah.
so, and then he saves the lion. So I remember in my head the whole
Yeah.
time I was watching it, I was like, oh, he's somehow gonna turn into a lion, isn't he? And then I was shocked when he came up as the scarecrow. But
Yeah.
then when I saw it for the second time, I love how when he's carried away to be put out in the field, he's like strung up on the sword or whatever that they or on the gun or the like little what is that thing they were carrying? I don't know, the weapon.
Yeah.
And he was like this, like a scarecrow. And so I just love those little things, which like I'm so
Yeah.
excited for new
Well,
fans to go and find. Like, yeah.
I saw in like the one person like today like posted like the the like breakdown of like that like the flashback scene like when they're in the poppy field like getting poppies for Dr. Dillamond.
Yeah.
That like Fiero's like walking like with his hands out. And then like Bach is kind of like standing in the back and he has kind of like a pointed hat, almost like the
Oh,
funnel. And so it's like even that little flashback was like so reminiscent of like what's to come. And then like everyone's wearing like kind of like all black silhouettes except for Glinda. Glinda's the only one in all white and like, she's the only one that you can like kind of tell
yeah.
like the kind of her face. And it's almost like
Yeah.
they're all gone and she's the only one like left now.
Oh
Which
my
I thought that
God.
was like really powerful. But oh my
That's
gosh, the way they recreated the original Broadway poster,
Didn't you
uh,
not notice at first?
I didn't notice. I didn't realize.
I
So I
know.
was just like, oh,
I was crying. I was like, there's no way you just ended the movie like that. I
I
was like,
know. I
yeah, that was
know.
beautiful. That was like
Uh,
gorgeous. I loved that. And I
so
know people were like so anxiously waiting for that poppy scene because,
I know.
and I think that was a great way to end it with that.
I
It
agree.
was just like talking about the legacy of this Broadway play and like that was like perfect. Like everyone knows that. So
Yeah.
I think that was perfect. But yeah, my favorite I when we were talking about like yeah, all these like hints that they were gonna be who they were, like obviously Nessa in the shoes and she had those socks and then
Yeah.
um the my favorite was like I was telling my mom is like, well, I always kind of thought like obviously his heart shrinks because of Nessa, but I always thought maybe it was like he ended up his heart shrinking and like the Tin Man needed the heart because how he treated Nessa was kind of heartless.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah. And so
Yeah.
he led with like being cruel, I think. And then
Yeah.
Fiero, like, oh, the clues for Fiero were all over the place. Like when life is fraughtless when you're thoughtless, or
Oh my gosh, yeah.
when Glinda's like in the first one, she's like, he's been thinking lately, which really worries me. Like, it's all about him using his brain and like
Yeah.
um and like even I think a lot of like the way Dancing Through Life was choreographed is for him to look like
Yeah.
the original Scarecrow's movements and stuff,
I agree.
which I just love all that kind of stuff. I think that's what made me so like fascinated with it after I saw the stage production for the first time. But yeah.
Totally.
What'd you think of little baby Glinda?
Oh my God, so
So cute.
cute. She was
So
like the
cute.
most precious like ever. Like I was just like, you are so baby girl. Like I cannot.
Right.
And I thought she was just like such a cute little addition, and like she brought like a lot of like depth to like Linda and like did like a lot. So I feel like I really liked it.
That's what I was gonna say is I feel like adding like little Glinda was so smart because you got to see so much of how Glinda grew up and she was
Yeah.
like expected to be perfect and to be liked and that was what was important. And then that made her arc like that much more
Yeah.
powerful at the end where she's like, I don't really care to be perfect anymore. I'm just gonna be good. And I thought that was
Yeah.
so, yeah, like, oh my God,
I
this
agree.
movie, like, I could talk about for hours and hours
Oh
and
my
hours.
God. For real. Like truly just like it was so good. And there was just like some people that didn't love it. And I'm just like, I truly like do not
I want to
understand
shake them.
that. But
Yeah,
like,
I guess to each their own, but
no, I know. I just wish I'm like, damn, I wish it was more widely liked. Like I'm just like I just
right?
loved it like so much. I'm like,
Some people are saying it shouldn't have been cut in two parts,
yeah.
but I think if they hadn't cut it in two parts, then part two, like following Defying Gravity, would not have gotten to be explored as much as it did in this one.
I agree. And I think
Yeah.
also like, it would have been like way too much for the first movie. Like it's like too much to
Yeah.
digest, I feel like.
Yeah.
But
And they're both such different tones. Like, like
yeah.
part one's about meeting the characters, meeting the city of Oz and like getting to know like the politics of it all. And
Yeah.
then part two is like, okay, everything's gone down and we're gonna tear apart all the powers that be within and, deconstruct what you just learned, basically.
Exactly.
Yeah, to where like yeah, if they tried to do that in one part, that would have been so difficult. If they had
Impossible.
and made it like a 4-hour movie, they would have had to do an intermission.
Oh,
Like
like
it's the
literally, it would have
play.
been like the brutalist. Like,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah. But oh my gosh. And then the costumes, like Glinda's dress, beautiful. I that dress, like, the purpley one she was in for most of the movie. Oh, that was a question
So
I had for you. Actually, I'm all over the place. Um, what song was your favorite? Like,
fun. Ooh.
or was there one that you weren't really expecting to be like super excited by and then it like blew you away?
I think like I think Wonderful was my most surprised one.
Yeah.
Just think like the Glinda edition was just like such like a fun touch. I really enjoyed
Yeah.
it.
I think it made that song
Um,
memorable.
No Good Deed, obviously,
Hmm.
always a favorite, always will be. And then I really liked at the very beginning the medley of Every Day More Wicked. I thought that was
Yeah.
like really like I just didn't expect it, and I just really like I liked that that's how like they started off the movie. Like I just think it like worked really well.
Yeah.
But what about you?
Okay, I was probably most excited for Thank Goodness because I love Thank Goodness and
Yeah.
like Glinda's like little soliloquy she does in that, in the
Yeah.
middle when and Ariana delivered. It was so
Totally.
good because I love Kristen Chenoweth's version, like the original recording, and then every time I've seen the play, I love that song. And so I think they really delivered on that. And then let's see. I think one that surprised me, like if I'm listening to the stage recording, I always skip it, is March of the Witch Hunters. And
Yes.
that one, I was like, this is epic on a
Yeah.
screen. And so that one I was very surprised I enjoyed. And
Yeah.
then I mean no good deed obviously, but then yeah, as long as you're mine, like Cynthia and Jonathan together, that was epic.
Oh
I
yeah.
loved it. And don't oh wait, what's it called? I'm Not That Girl's reprise was
Yeah.
heartbreaking. Yeah. Like, what is it with Jonathan Bailey getting swept into marriages to the girl he doesn't like?
Literally, I know.
Yeah. Yeah. But those were probably like, I mean, that's like half the soundtrack, but it was just all so good. I was obsessed with everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Obsessulated.
Obsessulated. And I really hope that it gets recognition in awards season because I think their
Okay.
performances were so good
Oh my
and
gosh.
I'm sick of the snubs.
They deserve like so much for performance. Like every single person in this was
Yes.
truly just like made for these roles and they just like it was just casted so brilliantly. And I think like this second part like showed me that like I had already thought that, but this second part like really just like showed me that. I was
You
like,
got to see like the depth of the characters.
yes.
You know, like you
Yeah.
got to see a whole different side of Fiero. You got to get Glinda's whole backstory. You got to see this like heroic part of Alphaba. Like it was all like you just dug deeper into everyone. And
Yeah.
so I hope it doesn't get snubbed because if it does, I'm
Me
gonna
too.
be mad.
I'm
Hey, yeah, isn't this the first year that the Academy voters actually have to watch the movie before they vote?
I think
Have you heard?
so. Something
Yeah,
like
they
that.
like
Like you have to watch every single film in the
yeah,
category.
you don't yeah, it
Guess
used
I'm
which
like confused why that wasn't already a rule. Like when
right?
I heard
It
that, I was like,
boggles
wait,
my
why is that
mind.
like now a rule?
Like you're telling me they
Is
just
that
watched the trailer?
yeah, and I'm like, wait.
There's millions
um,
of movies that I haven't wanted to see just because I didn't think the trailer was
Yeah,
good that I end up seeing and I'm like that movie was so good.
right?
Yeah.
Exactly. So I'm like,
Yeah.
wait, what?
Yeah.
So that'd be interesting to see how
I
that
know.
influences
I'm
things,
really I think
but
I've heard, I don't know how they do those stats, but apparently Ariana Grande is leading the stats for Best Supporting Actress.
wait, which kind of
Yeah.
crazy she's the supporting actress in
I
this.
think it was for Best Supporting. Maybe it's for Best, I don't know. Yeah, because it seemed
Yeah.
like this was more her story, but I can get if they make Glinda supporting because it
Oh
really is
yeah.
Elphaba's story.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, I don't know how they do those, but apparently she's leading. So
Well, there you
maybe it's
go.
right. We'll see.
There you go.
Well, there you go.
Okay.
All
Oh.
right. Do we have anything else?
No.
I know. I'm like, I feel like you and I are gonna see part two again, and then we're gonna come
I
back.
know we're gonna be like, oh my God, I wish I talked about
Hey,
this.
actually, I have one more thing. You know what? Would we
Um,
do Stranger Things part one's
yeah,
discussion? We could have like a
a
at the end,
follow-up
this is our
conversation.
wicked follow-up. Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
exactly, exactly.
Yeah.
I know. I think I'm just like still like even a week later, so like overwhelmed by like
Right.
I'm like, wow, like
That I feel like that like came through in me talking because I'd be like, oh
yeah.
wait, we didn't even talk about this. We didn't even
I
talk
know,
about
and I'm
this.
like, even right now, I'm like, I know there's like 10
Yeah,
things we
we
didn't talk
missed stuff.
about
I
that I'm
know.
gonna like think about later tonight, but I'm just
Yeah.
like, it's just so perfect. I loved
It
it.
was so
It
good.
truly like it was hard to like watch it, but I like didn't like love it as much too because
That's
it's just like
hard.
I was
Yeah.
just like I truly walked away from it. I was like, I just love that so much. Like it truly
Yeah.
it was it was when I was so excited for it and this early review started coming in and I was like, I'm a little nervous now, but I'm still really
Yeah.
excited. And like it was just like such a perfect like wicked week. And then like people didn't love it. And I was like, ah,
Right.
I
I
loved
think
it.
so many times with reviews, I have to like genuinely look at, are they looking at it from a critical film sense or are they looking at it from a did I
Yeah.
enjoy this? You
Yeah.
know? And I like the reviews that are did I enjoy this? Like I
I
don't
know.
really care if you thought the color grading wasn't perfect,
I
like
know.
which
Exactly.
things get like points taken off in reviews for. And
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, of course, like that can be annoying or maybe you would have done it
Yeah.
differently. But in my opinion, I want to read the ones where it's like, no, did you enjoy Elphaba and Glinda's journey? Like, did you think it
Yeah.
was a good story? regardless of if you would have done it differently, like all these things. So yeah,
I
I think
agree.
sometimes when I see like a film I'm so looking forward to get a bad review or a lot of bad reviews, I'm like, I don't even care. Like
No.
if the characters mean so much to me and if I love the story,
Yeah.
like, I'm still gonna go in and enjoy it.
I
Or
agree.
make my own opinion to see
I
if I
agree.
enjoyed it. Yeah.
I
But
agree.
oh my gosh. Okay, well we'll have to do a redo. You and I can watch
Yeah,
it together.
I agree.
There we go.
Perfect. We'll run it back.
We'll
Aw.
run it back. Who are you see? Are you seeing it? You said Thursday?
I'm seeing it Thursday with my mom. So I'm
Okay,
gonna take
okay.
her.
That's gonna be good
So
redo. Yeah.
so good. Exactly.
And
So
you know
we'll
what? Get
throw
your
that.
friends on the phone and I will convince them. I'm gonna be
Okay,
like, no,
right,
you
right.
guys don't get it. Let me
You
walk.
don't
I'll
get
do a
it.
PowerPoint presentation.
Exactly.
I'll
No,
walk
I
them
agree.
through all the Easter eggs they missed, like Firo walking away or being carried
Yeah,
away like
literally
this,
that. Yep.
Spock doing his little moves that is like the Tin Man.
Yep.
They'll
We're
suddenly
gonna get
see and
through
they'll
it.
be like,
We're
I'm
gonna get
so
through
sorry,
it.
Sydney.
Exactly. Oh,
Ah,
yeah.
alrighty.
Okay, well, we'll be back, Girly Pops, very shortly.
I know because we have Stranger Things.
I
November's
know
coming.
going from Wicked Week to Stranger Things Week is really giving me whiplash. But
No, and it's like two of my favorite stories, and I'm like, what do you mean they're
what do you
both
mean? It's like
ending?
here, we're here,
Like,
but
okay, you made me wait forever, and now they're just boom, boom, boom,
literally,
boom, boom. Yeah.
yeah, it's actually insane. But
Yeah.
okay, Mom, gonna go back to season 4 then.
Yeah.
You ready?
Alrighty. Okay.
Bye,
Bye.
Curly Pops.